Okay, time to go home. Dealership is locked. Where's my car keys? Oh, here's my car keys. Today's video is on the Lexus interface, in particular, the Lexus app. How to use it, how to set it up, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll even tell you why I've avoided doing this video for a couple years. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines. Make sure you hit like and subscribe for more Lexus related content. Okay, so to get things started, I'm going to go through some step-by-step on how to install the app and set it up. So if you've already done that, you can skip ahead and see some more of like the actual app in use if you wanted to. The first thing you're gonna notice when you go to download the app is it has a very poor rating on Google Play and the Apple Store. And I promise you that that is no longer the case. And yes, a couple years ago, this app was kind of hard to set up and it had some bugs and things like that, but it's gotten a lot better. So ignore the 1-star that you might see. So first thing you're gonna do is go on and download the Lexus app. Make sure it's got that proper Lexus app logo and make sure it's the right one for the country that you're in. That's very important. Then you're gonna open the Lexus app up and select register and have the guest sign up. So that's if it's you or if you're setting it up for, your guest that's picking up their new car. Once completed, you're gonna get an activation code. So that's gonna be emailed to you and then you can verify your account with that email address or that code that was emailed to you. Then you're gonna go to the add vehicle screen and scan VIN or enter manually. I find it's a lot easier just to enter it manually. I know it's an extra step, but it's just quick. Then on the screen of the car, you're gonna see scan QR code or connect by code. So now you can prepare the vehicle once you finish that part. So essentially, depending on the car, it might have the QR code or it might just have the regular code. And your phone, you're just gonna adapt to that. You're gonna click one or the other to do that. Then you're gonna start preparing the car. So you're gonna set system language. And if you're not on that screen, don't worry, you can sort of go back and get to that screen. You're gonna enter the phone number and hit continue. Then the QR or 8-digit code, do whichever is on the screen. Confirm the vehicle details. So you can nickname the car, you can type in like your dealer that you're gonna use, and then you're gonna create an account PIN, which is a 6-digit code. Remember the code, because you're gonna need it in a couple months from now. Your car is gonna pop up and say, hey, enter in your code. So make sure you write it down or use something really easy. Then select continue and go through and accept all the privacy and marketing, consent forms, all that stuff. And then you're pretty much done. So I always recommend do this in the car with your smartphone, and that way you can sort of follow along and set up the car. And then once that's done, you can sort of set up things like the driver settings and save that to who you are in the car. And it gets a little fun because some of the packages even have like facial recognition and that'll change the seat and the mirrors and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. So make sure you do that. So now I have the Lexus app set up and I'm in it on my phone. So on the home screen, I can see right away, and this is why I'm really happy about this. And I'm telling you, I should have done this a long time ago because I get a company car and I never set up this app. So on the top screen, you can see I have my range. So I'm driving an RX hybrid. It's got 616 kilometers to empty. We have a few icons across the top. We have remote, status, and health. And no, it's not my personal health, which is a good thing because my boss bought me a bunch of chocolate bars today, and I'm sure that would be blinking red if I had that capability. So let's start with remote. So under remote, we can do a number of things to the car. We can hit info, and it shows us the car itself, the VIN number, what you've nicknamed the car, all that fun stuff. But we also have glove box. So under glove box, we have specs and capabilities, manuals and warranties, and frequently asked questions. Under specs and capabilities, we're gonna see, for whatever the reason, my app doesn't show any specs under this car, but there's lots of capabilities. Things like Drive Connect, digital key, which is unique to the car I have, HD radio, remote connect, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna go back, and now we can see subscriptions. So this is a question I get all the time. After the 3-year trial is done of Remote Connect, which is what we're using right now, how do I extend it? Well, you just go under subscriptions, and you can see how much longer you have. You could add services, you could change services, all that stuff. So it says the car I'm driving has Safety Connect, which is good for 10 years. Service Connect, which is also good for 10 years. Drive Connect, which is 3 years. Remote Connect with digital key, which is also 3 years. And I could add those if they were going expired. Then we have some Siri shortcuts, some vehicle software, which is up to date. And for now, we'll just sort of get out of there. So that's under there. Now at the bottom of the screen, we have all the things we can get the car to do right now. So we can lock it, we can unlock it, we can start it. I can download the digital key, which I haven't done yet, but I can also just turn on the lights, I can hit the hazards, I could check the climate control. And what I want to do, I'm just going to hit start. So all you got to do is press and hold start. And now it's going to remote start the car from any distance as long as I have cell service and as long as the car has cell service. Because how the system is working is through a 4G network, and if the car is underground, it might not do it. And then now I get a notification saying the vehicle has been started and it's going to shut off in 10 minutes. So that's the remote start. Now, if someone opened your door or anything like that, you'd be notified on here. So you don't have to worry about that. And you can do things like buzzer, lock trunk, unlock trunk. You could share remote and track speed limits. So let's say you let little Angus take the car out. You can have it notify you on what's he doing, how's it parked, how's his driving. There's like scores for that. Then at the bottom, we have service. So you could book your service. You could call Lexus Roadside. You can pay, so if you wanted to update your payment info. Obviously the car screen, you could shop, which is like managing those subscriptions, and you can find it. And it'll show you where you last parked it, which is really cool. Then we're gonna go over to status. So the remote is how we control everything on the car. Then we go to status, and we have, really cool, it has the active PSI of each tire, just right away. So I can see I have 36 PSI on all the tires except for that front left. And it even tells me there's a little check mark saying, that's good. You're doing a good job, Dustin. Thank you, Mr. App. Doors are locked, which is a good thing. Windows are closed. And it told me that the last information update was today at 3 o'clock, but I can refresh that and get the latest update from that as well. Now you'll find anytime you communicate with the car, it does take a couple seconds because it's not just on your device that we're checking. We're communicating to the car and the car is communicating back. And actually, the PSI has dropped on my tires since I last checked. Do you know why? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see who all the expert car people are. And that's all that screen shows. Now we can go over to health. And that just tells us, is there any safety recalls? Is there any service campaigns? Is there any vehicle alerts? And you can see the full health report of the car. So that's all sort of in one area here. Now, this begs the question, why did I wait so long to download and do this video? And the truth is this, is when the Lexus interface first came out, it was a little bit intimidating to me. I found there was a lot of stuff you had to do. You had to hit the SOS button. It would call a call center. That's how you initialized it. There was all these like little bugs that would happen, like it wouldn't always connect and all this stuff. And I just thought, I'm gonna drive my company car and I'm not even gonna connect that. It's fine. But the other day, my boss was setting one up and he needed me to go set one up with him. And I was like, oh, the enrollment is really easy now. You don't have to hit a call center. You do everything on the phone and with the car. It took less than 5 minutes. So I thought, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna download it and try it on my phone. And the convenience part of the remote starter was actually the last thing that I was worried about. Because you can always just press and hold after 3 times on any Lexus key to remote start if you're within range. So I wasn't super worried about that. But opening the app and getting used to it now and seeing things like the health report and checking on if there's any safety recalls. But then I started to think, even for safety, being able to go and click Lexus Roadside, not only is it just like a good thing to have at your fingertips, it's also a good thing if you're letting anybody else drive the car. So whether it's, a family member, one of your kids, or, whoever, it's nice to be able to give that information and have that information at your fingertips. And obviously the helping of park and stuff like that is also really neat too. And the digital key on its own is also another really cool safety thing where if you do forget your keys, you can just use that digital key, which is pretty nice. So that's what I wanted to go over. I wanted to give you a couple how-to step-by-steps on how to download it, how to set it up, because it's really easy to do. And then also a few things on what that app actually does. And like I said, I wish I did this sooner because it's a game changer. Now being able to check on my car and some of the other features about it that are pretty fun, definitely worthwhile. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of that, if you have the Lexus app, if you've used it, if you have any questions about it. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines, and I'll see you in the next video.